How's it going everyone? Sankeys here. I really hope you had a fruitful 2023, and for the first video of 2024, here is the i75 under the price point of $70. Whether or not it is worth it, let's find out. Monsgeek is well known due to its M series lineup like the M3, the M1 HA, both featuring an aluminium build. The I series on the other hand seems to be a new lineup, with the 75% being the first layout ever offered, the i75. Opening the box, we have the manual, dust cover, board, and the accessories. The entire casing is of acrylic with a PC plate, featuring a transparent look with the switches and keycaps being transparent as well. Colorways are quite limited, including pink, purple, and blue at the moment. At the top right corner is the rotary knob for any media control. Other than that, i75 just behaves like any existing boards, supporting tri-mode, WinMag layout, customizable RGB, nothing fancy over here to be honest. The keycaps are claimed to be OSA profile, which in comparison with a cherry profile is much taller in height, and the material is made of PC, making the typing experience slightly grippier. Regarding the switches, is the Echo V3 Crystal Pro switches. It is a linear switch with a transparent look, totally fits the whole team. The entire switch is made out of PC, which I expect to end at a higher pitch, and surprisingly, the switch has a 3-pin design. I do notice slight wobble at the spacebar there. If you have a 5-pin switch, the PCB does support it as well. The stock screen stabilizers does not come in pre-loop, and rattling is still noticeable on my side. I highly recommend to add some loop if you have the time. By default, the board comes in gasket mount, but it offers another mounting option, which is the top mount. If you prefer a stiffer typing experience, you should definitely try that instead. The silicone gasket from Monsgeek were never as soft as I hoped, but I do appreciate the effort put into matching colors. And the PCB has zero flex cuts. Overall, it doesn't mean that it's bad, but we definitely know that the i75 has some tolerance for a soft typing experience. Last but not least, the foams here, we have EVA plate foam, IXPE switch pad, and the silicone case dampener. Sadly, the board is not VIA compatible, but Monsgeek does provide a driver for you to customize the lighting instead. More on that later. Anyway, I'm not an RGB person. If you happen to be like me, the driver shouldn't be a problem for you. Without further ado, let's go right into the typing test. Honestly, there's not much difference in sound between the gasket mount and the top mount, at least from me. The overall acoustics leans toward a somewhat techy sound profile, and honestly, there isn't much else to comment on the acoustics department. Despite the PCB lacking any other RGB, the RGB from the top manages to spill down to the bottom casing eventually. And since this board uses a proprietary software in customizing the lightings, there are still some presets available for you to change the lighting modes. Back to the software. The driver available on the website caters to both Windows and Mac system, and I can confirm that only Windows version supports the i75 board. The software turns out to be like a VIA on steroid, giving you much more control in the customization. Specifically, under the lighting, you have way more control over what RGB you want to set on the board. To be very frank with you, Monsgeek made the right move in pricing the board. $70 is just a sweet spot, making it affordable for anyone. From my experience, acrylic boards usually serve as a secondary one, and it shouldn't be expensive for most people. The other keyboards that come to my mind is probably the Phantom 81 by Keyboom, but hefty price tag just doesn't make sense to me, coming in more than double the price of i75. We also have the X71 by Yunzi, and I really can't comment much on that yet, but it's still $20 more than the i75. If you're looking to add your first acrylic board into your collection, or probably just want to try a different material this time, tapping into i75 is probably the best bang for your buck. For people like this, you shouldn't put high hopes on the acoustics, as they all share a very similar sound profile. Acrylic boards definitely shines due to its looks and aesthetics, and so it depends on you whether you value looks or the acoustics more. That's all from me now. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to catch the next one. And I will see you soon.